Hello, dear students. Let me give you some strategies for the reading tasks. So let's dive right into it. Here are some hot topics or hot tips. First, you have a look at the text and find out what the topic of the text is. Maybe it's a topic that you like or don't like, but then you are set in your mind and ready for the topic. That's the first step, very easy and quick. Number 2. Read for gist. That means you have a real quick look at the text. Don't go in for the details. Just go through it, skim the text, just find out what the text is about. Have a look at it. Don't use a pen or pencil right now. You don't know what you're looking for at this moment. Okay, you just want to go at the text, have a quick read, and then with the general, very broad idea of the text, you want to go for the next step, number 3, because you want to have a look at the tasks first and the questions. So what do you have to find out? What information are you looking for? Is it a right or wrong? Is it a finished text? And so on. Okay. Now have a look. What do you have to find out? So in your head, you already have keywords ready. And when you read the text again, you go like that. Here I have to find something out. Now, be smart and bring some markers at the very best. Bring some differently colored markers. Okay, now then you mark the first question in red, the right or wrongs. Then you take a green for finish the sentences, take a yellow for answer the questions, and so on. Okay, so that you know where that goes. Now you've got the tasks in your head and you've got the colors ready. And step number 4 is you read with marker or with markers. Okay, now in detail, go through the text and have the questions and the tasks lying next to it. Then you go through it and see, okay, here, look, I know I have to find out something about this and that, and I have to color it in red because it's a right or wrong question, and then you go on. Okay, you go through the text and marker things for the questions. Now you should really understand the text in this situation. You have to go through it, make sure that you get everything. And you will probably have to read it 2 or 3 times so that you can find out about every question and task. Okay, this will take some time. That's fine. It's a task that takes time because you have to read and you have to find out things. And you probably have to find out many things. Okay, so use that time, go through it. Now let's have a look at how you answer the things. First, there are almost always right or wrong questions. So read exactly what you have to do. Do you only have to write right or wrong, or do you have to correct the wrong ones? Okay, you have to find out. And if it says just write right or wrong, or true or false, then just write these words. Okay, that's it. You don't have to change anything. That's it. Then next one could be finish the sentences. Now this appears pretty easy, but can be very difficult. Have a real good look at the beginnings of the sentences. Okay, have a look what kind of grammatical structure they are using, and then go back to the text and find the correct ending. And the beginning always gives you a big hint or clue on what you are looking for. And then when you write your answer, you do not have to write the beginning of the sentence, just the end. And this end has to absolutely fit the beginning. Grammatically, does it make sense? Is it a full sentence? Yes, do you have everything in it? Subject, verb, object? Is everything there? And is this correct English? Also, be sure to just start your ending with the word or after the word of the beginning. Okay, you don't have to copy anything from the beginning, just go on writing. Good. Then we've got answer questions. You will have to answer questions. So often, in this case, you can use formulations from the text. That's absolutely fine. You can go back to the text and see, look for a sentence or part of a sentence, not the whole thing, that you can use to answer the question. But think they are not going to make this too easy for you, okay? It won't be enough to just go into the text and copy any sentence. It really has to be an answer for that question. Don't just copy from the text. Now here, you have mostly full sentences. They tell you write full sentences. And then you have to start with a capital letter. You have to have everything in it. And see that you don't use too many pronouns. It, he, she. Just write what your text or what your answer is about. Okay, don't make it too short. Make it long enough so that all the correct information is in it. Then the next one could be find information on something. Okay, here again have an exact look if you have to write full sentences. Or if you have to write just give information, you don't have to write full sentences, then that's fine. Then you don't have to start with a capital letter and everything. But if you have to write full sentences, capital letter in the beginning, write a full sentence, subject, verb, object, everything in it, and your sentence has to make sense. Also, if it tells you to find information, it often says find 2 items, find 3 items, things like that, okay? Then you really have to write or give 2 items, 3 things. Yes, and the text will provide you with these. Okay, you don't have to think of anything probably. The text will give you that. And then one more thing is matching. Here you have to find a matching headline for a paragraph. Now this looks easy, but can be very difficult because you have to, there are probably more headings than you need. And now you really have to go into detail and see what's the correct match for that situation, okay? And if you find that something doesn't make sense, then go again and have a look that it really makes sense. Then another task can be ask questions. Now, really important is see what's the topic of that questions that you have to write. Who are you asking? What are you asking about? Don't ask what was the weather on that day. Ask questions that are interesting and ask different questions. You will have to ask 4 or 5 questions and you have to use different question types. That means change the question word, who, how, when, where, why, and so on. And maybe ask a yes or no question. Have you ever done this with a have or do? Do you like this? Maybe you also change tenses. So did you do this? Do you want to do that? Things like that. Okay, when were you there if it's about the past tense? Be careful with the tense. So if you are asking a person about something that happened in the past, then you have to ask in past tense. If you ask the person about the future, then ask your questions in future tense. And then, of course, write correct questions. But really watch out that you don't write off-topic questions. They really have to fit the situation and the context here. Good. That's it for me. These were my hot tips for reading tasks. Here were some strategies. I hope that you can use them, and I wish you good luck with your final exam.